Hey, this is Mike Soares of Cerace Tenor Guitars. These are some old stock Art Deco style bridges, step bridges, some people call them. Gretsch claims that it's their bridge, but these were actually used a lot on K's and Harmonies back in the 30s, before Gretsch ever made them. And but it's a nice, these are handmade. These were made about 30-40 years ago for me. We have a handful left. We don't use them anymore. We had a Art Deco style guitar that we made back in the 80s and the 90s that we're no longer making. And this is some old stock that we had floating around, and decided to move some out. Again, this is a nice ebony bass. Now these are old stock. These have been laying around in a drawer for years now. They're a little beat up, not bad. Most of it can be lightly sanded out. These will, again, are ebony. These are Indian ebony. These will shine up nice if you want to buff these out. These, you can buff these out to a nice mirror shine. You just fine sand them and buff them out with a little compound, and these will shine up real nice. Now these are unfitted. Your saddles across the top are unfitted, so they need to be notched. So these can be used on tenor guitars, they can be used on octave mandolins, they can be used on standard 6-string guitars, they can even be used on 12-string guitars. And this here is approximately about 2 3/8 across. For your saddle, your poles are a little further out, about 3 1/4 inches. But you have a nice wide space on the top, over 2 1/2 inches for your string spread on this. Now these are unfitted, so that means that this here has to be sanded to fit your arch. You can take about 1/4 inch off, and this would be rounded down 1/4 inch here and around. This bridge here is about 1.25 inches high. Again, they are handmade, so they vary slightly. This is a 1 1/8 inch, and this one here is about the same, about 1 1/8 inch. On this one here, the tops have been notched here for your adjusters. This one has not been notched, so this can come down more. You can also take off 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch off your top to bring them down. Okay, once you got your bridge set to the arch and the top adjusted, these are extra long threaded poles here. You should sand your poles down or file them down, cut them off so that they're not sticking out above the top saddle here. But again, this is new old stock. You're not going to find these anymore. I've got a handful left. They're a little dusty. They could be cleaned up, polished. I say you can just use Pledge on them. They'll clean up nice. You can fine sand them and buff them to a nice shine. If you want, you can buff your brass adjusters. They've got nice adjusters on them, but these do need to be fitted. And again, this is a handmade item. They're no longer made. We have a handful left. So if you're making a custom guitar, or you want to take your Art Deco 30s, 40s arch top and dress it up a little bit, this is a nice addition. Again, these are right-handed threaded. I also have these in a left hand, but it's a nice bridge, but not for everybody. Now these are, again, these are about 1.25 inch, 1 1/8 inch. They can be fitted down, and these are made to fit a guitar that has about 3/4 inch to 1 inch height off of the top soundboard to where your strings are going to be set. This is not your standard Gretsch bridge. This is not meant to fit a Gretsch. Gretsch has a much lower profile than it's like a ½ inch on a Gretsch. These are made for the old Harmony Ks, big old arch tops, L5s, L7s, to be fitted to those. Not the ones that have the fingerboard that come down right on top of the top. These are the ones that usually have the space between the top and the fingerboard, where the fingerboard rides over the top. But again, something you're not going to find today. Once we're sold out on these, that's going to be it. Again, this is Mike Soares at Cerace Tenor Guitars. Thank you.